There's something we need to confront boldly in this generation. It's the spirit of poverty. Not just lack of money, but the mindset, the cycles, and the limitations that keep people small, afraid, and stuck. And let me say this with no apology. The lion face of God is God's answer to the poverty spirit. This is the dimension of God that refuses to be tamed. The lion does not beg. The lion does not borrow. The lion does not live off scraps. When the lion roars, territory shifts, atmospheres tremble, lack flees. The roar that breaks the spirit of lack. Proverbs 19:12 says, "The king's wrath is like the roaring of a lion." In the spirit realm, poverty is not just an economic issue, it's a demonic agenda. It's designed to limit your influence, delay your assignments, distract you from purpose, or weaken your worship. But the roar of the lion, is the kingly anointing, is not just a sound. It's a judgment in the spirit. It carries weight, it breaks yokes, it issues verdicts. When a man or woman begins to move in this dimension, their financial decisions are no longer natural, yet they're prophetic. The lion rules over resources. Here's what we must understand. Dominion includes economics. You can't claim spiritual authority and be financially bound. The two don't align. When the lion face is operating in your life, you begin to think differently about money, hear strategy from heaven, refuse cycles of begging and survival, invest and sow with prophetic accuracy. You don't just want to make money, you begin to rule over resources. Jesus paid for this authority. Let's remember something. Jesus didn't just die for your sin. He died to restore your crown. 2 Corinthians 8:9 says, "Though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that you through his poverty might be made rich." He took on lack so you could walk in divine provision. This isn't about greed. It's about governance. You are not here just to survive and get by. You are here to finance purpose, to break cycles, to build altars and influence kingdoms. You can't do that while bowing to the spirit of poverty. Financial decisions from the lion realm. When your decisions are rooted in fear, they shrink your life. When they are rooted in the lion's dominion, they expand your territory. Financial decisions made from the lion realm are marked by bold faith, prophetic insight, strategic obedience, and covenant generosity. This is how kings move. They don't spend emotionally, they steward prophetically. They don't give reactively, they sow intentionally. They don't hoard, they govern. Let the lion roar in your finances. Here's what I hear in the spirit. Some of you don't need more money. You need a roar. You need to stand up in your house, in your business, in your atmospheres and say, enough. No more cycles, no more delay, no more fear of money. I take my seat. This is your season to make fearless decisions. Walk away from begging systems, invest in kingdom blueprints, cancel financial covenants with mediocrity and build like a king with a priest's heart. Because when the lion roars, poverty flees. And when you move in that sound, your household, your family line, your generation begins to rise. Closing declaration. I am not called to just have money, I'm called to govern it. I do not live under the weight of lack. I walk in the wisdom of dominion. The lion roars through me and lack bows. This is financial dominion. This is the kingly anointing in motion. This is what happens when the lion shows up.